Ooh, I'm so hungry. OMG. Them apple cider donuts were so good at the pumpkin patch. Ooh. Honestly, I could probably make them myself. I know TikTok got a recipe somewhere. You know what? F it. I'm finna make them myself. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Bree if you're new here, and in today's video I'm gonna attempt to make apple cider donuts. So if you haven't watched my pumpkin patch vlog, which you should, my family and I went to a pumpkin patch, and at this pumpkin patch there was these donuts, or the stand. It was Miss Linda's cookies and donuts. Yes, those apple cider donuts were so good. I'm gonna attempt to make them. So I found a recipe on TikTok from Mama Sofana's, and we're just gonna get started. Mama Sofana's video starts out with boiling 3/4 cup of apple cider and reducing it down to about a half a cup to a quarter of a cup. So we're gonna do that. I got my apple cider from the farmer's market, but I'm pretty sure you can still get it in store. I know my TJ Maxx, my Trader Joe's still has it, so you can probably still get yours. So this is 3/4 cup. Just gonna pour it in there and turn up the heat. I'm impatient, so I'm gonna put it on high. And let's hope for the best. Now in a smaller bowl, I'm just going to transfer my apple cider juice. And I am going to add 3 tablespoons of softened butter. And this is unsalted butter, by the way. So I'm going to set this aside and then start working on my dry ingredients. Okay, next for our dry ingredients, Mama Sofana says to add 2½ cups of plain flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of regular salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, 1 tablespoon of dried nutmeg, and whisk. I'm now going to work on the wet ingredient. In this bowl, I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar and 1 egg. Mama Sofana says to beat this until it's light and fluffy. I'm going to stop right here, and then I am going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract and a half a cup of buttermilk. I'm gonna add my apple cider butter mixture. And then with a plastic spoon, I'm gonna combine them. I'm just gonna stir this. So Mama Sofana did warn that the dough would be sticky, which I can attest to. And now that she is mixed, I am going to put her in the fridge to rest for 30 minutes. And while she's resting, I am going to clean up. So I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes and my dough is rested and chilled. So now it's time to knead. So Mama Sofana added a half a cup of flour onto a surface, and she kneaded her dough until it was nice and smooth and pliable and no longer sticky. She is so soft and like velvety. Ooh! So this is actually my second time ever making donuts. The first time I had overproofed my other donuts, so they were a little tough. They weren't bad tasting, but they were very dense. And I honestly consider that a fail. So hopefully this time This will be like my redemption. So now that my dough is fully kneaded, she's smooth and pliable and no longer sticky, we're gonna now roll her out. So I don't have a rolling pin, so I'm just gonna use my water bottle. Go Spartans. So, we're gonna hold that out. So I'm gonna add some flour to here, even though she's barely sticking because this is a metal bottle. So Mama Safana says to roll her out into about a 1/2 inch thick. So as I'm rolling my dough out, I have my vegetable oil on and she is heating up right now. So I'm gonna use my mug to cut out the donuts. I'm nervous. OMG. First one. Now is this gonna be too big? I fear she may be a little too big. Let's see, is she? I think she might be the perfect size. Okay, so here's the donut hole. And then here's the donut. Ah! I don't think she's fully centered, but it's okay. These are homemade, it's fine. I ended up taking the scraps and turning them into donut holes, as well as the small little holes that I cut out to make the donuts. I just combined those to make small donut holes as well. Okay guys, we are so close to the end. I'm getting excited because I'm getting hungry and I'm getting a little tired, but we ain't gonna talk about that. So I am currently heating up vegetable oil in my Dutch oven, and it's gonna heat up to 350 degrees. So while that's heating up, I actually made like a donut making line or station. So I have my donuts here, and then I'll drop them in, let them cook, and then once they cook, I'll drop it over here to a rack that has paper towel underneath so the oil can drip. And so while that's actually heating up, I am going to get started on the sugar mixture. So Mama Safana actually didn't show us like her dipping the donuts into the sugar mixture or actually making the sugar mixture. So I ended up finding someone else on TikTok who was making apple cider donuts, and her name is Zakia B. So I'm just gonna use her sugar mix and then her technique. Zakia took 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So Zakia's recipe for her donuts, she actually melted a 1/2 stick of butter, and then she dipped her donuts in the butter, then dipped it into the cinnamon sugar. I'm not gonna melt the butter just yet. I'm just gonna hold off until all the donuts are done. That way the butter is still kind of warm, and then I could just immediately go back to back. Okay, so my oil is at 340 degrees. I think that's good enough, you know? So like I said, I have my donuts here. I'll drop them in the oil once they're done frying. Then I'll put them over here on the rack to drain just a little bit. I'm just gonna dust off some of this flour. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh, one's starting to rise. She's rising! Arise! So I'm just gonna do 4 at a time because I don't wanna overfill my Dutch oven. And also because this is my first time doing it, I just wanna see, I wanna give it room. They're getting brown. Jump, cock with me, cock with me. OMG. Wow. 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 Okay, let's flip one over to see. Okay, that's not bad. All right. All right. Let's hope they're good because they do smell good. Can you see it? I don't know why it's shaped like that. I don't know what I did. But it's okay. I'm gonna check the oil again. Cause you know, usually when you fry stuff and you're making batches, the more stuff you put in, the oil temperature lowers. So then you have to wait till it rises again. So I'm just gonna quickly check. Yeah, so she's at 317. I'm gonna wait a few minutes for her to rise. And I rise up, I rise up. Period. I just finished melting some butter, and then as we made earlier, the sugar cinnamon mixture. So I will note that I had touched some of the donuts, so the first batch they do feel a little crunchy, like I may have cooked them a little too long. So definitely stick to the 1 to 2 minutes on each side. I'm hoping once the butter hits it, it'll soften it up, but we'll see. I'm gonna use my measuring spoon to help sprinkle everything. Here is our first one. Cute. So to save time and making a mess, I'm gonna put the sugar into a Ziploc bag. That way, I could do multiples at once. Oh, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going rogue. Uh-oh. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want to use all my butter. Chat, butter is expensive. So what I'm going to do is I am going to heat up a little bit more butter. I'm going to heat up some apple cider. I'm going to let the butter and apple cider simmer together and mesh. And then I'm going to finish sugaring. I'm gonna finish sugaring the donuts. All right, y'all, so here are the donuts. They look really good. It smells good in here. I am a little nervous about the taste though, because as I was dipping them and sugaring them, they did feel real crunchy. And I also instead of keep adding butter, because like I said, listen, butter is expensive. All right, I'm not about to keep melting butter for some donuts. So in the end, I just boiled the apple cider and I dipped the donuts in there. But like I said, I am worried that they are a little too crunchy and overdone. They could be dense, like extremely dense, just because I had to keep kneading and adding flour so it doesn't become sticky. So yeah. Also the donut holes, I'm a little nervous to show you. The donut holes plus some donuts over here, those donut holes might be a fail, you guys, because the shape is so weird. They're not circular. I don't know what happened. just like a lot of the donuts, they eventually became a little oddly shaped. These donut holes are a little, they ugly. They look good. Now the thing is, do they taste good? So I don't know which one I want to get. I know I do want to taste one of the first batch. Like, girl, this thing is hard. And then, oh, I'll taste this, try that one. That one's soft. So this is the hard one. You guys, let's. Oh my God, I'm nervous. Oh Lord. Let's see. Hold on. So they are crunchy, but the inside is kind of soft. So it's not bad. Compared to Miss Linda's had like a thin crunch around the donut, and it wasn't even like the entire complete donut, but these have more crunch. I want to try a soft one and see if there's a difference. I think I like the one dipped in apple cider more. Also, the texture is more softer. It's not, you don't really get a crunch. So I do want to say with the donut holes, they don't really have a lot of cinnamon sugar on them, because I didn't want to keep making it and then I risk having so much cinnamon sugar left that it's just going to be sitting there. So whatever it got, it got. But this is it. These look like butt cheeks. This is like a dog's booty, like a corgi. Oh, it's like a corgi butt, kind of. It's okay. I'm tasting more cinnamon than sugar, but it's okay. I'm not mad at it. Now I will say these do not compare to Miss Linda's. They just don't. But for my first time making them and my second time attempting to make donuts, I think I really did good. And I will consider this redeeming myself from the other donuts I made. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will give myself a 7. They're good. Well, a 7.5. Let's say that, 7.5, a C+. They're really good, but there's places I can improve, like not cooking it too long. All right, y'all, I had fun making these donuts, and thank you to Mama Sofana for the apple cider donut recipe, and to Zakia B for her cinnamon sugar recipe. I'll leave their handles down below if you guys want to see their recipes for yourself, and if you want to try to make the apple cider donuts. Also, comment below, what other recipes should I try? And like, not just dessert, please. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, like the video, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.